The ADHD in me craved intensity. The autism in me craved safety. And for years, I kept picking people that gave me only intensity. Here's what nobody told me about AuDHD relationships. When you're both, you don't just fall for the wrong people. Your nervous system actively confuses danger for chemistry. And unless someone names that for you, you keep repeating the pattern thinking it's just who you are. If any part of that feels familiar, stay with me. This might be the conversation you needed years ago. Let me tell you about a specific relationship where this played out. I met this guy on a dating app. He was intense from the start. Heavy texting immediately, fast energy. We met for a date and booked a second date for a few days later. I was excited. I felt like something was finally happening. Then on the day of the second date, while I was driving there, he started calling me. I had told him I was on the way. I didn't think we were close enough for him to call. He felt uncomfortable, but I ignored it. I told myself he was just interested, that this was what chemistry felt like. His excitement was love bombing, and something in me wanted distance. The relationship didn't go far. I blame myself for it for a long time. If you ever confused intensity for connection, drop a heart in the comments. You're not alone. And if you're new here, I'm Grazi. I make videos about what it actually feels like to be AuDHD. Subscribe for more. Here's what's actually happening. When you are AuDHD, your ADHD is constantly scanning for intensity. Something new, exciting, a dopamine spark. And your autism is scanning for safety, familiar, predictable. Someone who won't overwhelm your system. And when you meet someone intense, someone who texts constantly, who's all in immediately, who says, I never felt this way before, by week 2, your ADHD lights up. This must be it. This must be the one. Your autism goes along with it. Because when someone is that focused on you, all the attention, all the pursuit, it can feel like safety. It can feel like someone finally sees you, someone finally chose you. Except it's not safety. It's intensity directed at you. Here's the pattern that hurt the most, and I know I'm not the only one. You find someone, you get excited very quickly. You jump into the relationship, full energy, full investment. And then at some point you realize the person isn't the right fit. Something's off. But instead of leaving, you stay. You try to fix them or you blame yourself. Maybe if I was different, maybe if I was easier to love, maybe the problem is me. This is what AuDHD does in relationships. It makes you doubt your own needs. Because for your whole life, your needs have been called too much. So when something feels wrong, you assume you're the thing that needs fixing. Next part is the one I wish someone told me years ago. Things changed when I stopped thinking I'm bad at relationships and I start thinking this is my neurotype. After I ended a relationship where I really tried my best and I was still shamed for who I was. I found out I was autistic and realized there was nothing wrong with me. Having too much to be accepted by someone else, that was the mistake, not who I am. Let me tell you what real safety feels like, because I didn't know for a long time. Safety feels like being able to slowly trust someone, no rush. No, I've never felt this way before by week 2. It feels like not having to look over your shoulder all the time. Like the connection builds slower, but the foundation is actually something sustainable. Something that doesn't crumble the moment you're not performing. It feels like having someone that doesn't need you to be exciting all the time. Someone who lets you have space. Someone who understands you may have contradictory thoughts. When I found that, I realized the intensity I was chasing was not love, it was activation. And activation feels like connection when you don't know the difference. If I could tell partners and friends one thing about loving an AuDHD person, it's this. We need space, not because we don't love you, because our nervous system needs room to regulate. We can be a bit difficult to understand sometimes. We have contradictory thoughts. One day we want closeness, the other we need distance. It's not personal. It's our brain negotiating two different needs at the same time. But here's what else is true. We love fiercely. We are loyal in a way most people aren't. When we choose you completely. Not just because you're exciting, but because you're safe. And for an AuDHD person, choosing safe is one of the most intentional decisions we can make. If you recognize yourself in this pattern, you're not naive, you're not bad at relationships. You're AuDHD in a world that has never taught you what safety actually feels like. And if you're looking for love, I wrote a workbook with the rules I followed to find a healthy relationship. The link will be in the description. Drop a comment if this found you at the right time. See you in the next one.